You are watching Fox and Friends First, and the Super Tuesday results, they are in, with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton coming in on top. But what does it mean for the delegate count? We keep talking about that, all about the numbers, and here to break it down for us is Lisa Boothe. She is the president of High Noon Strategies. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Hi, Heather. Good morning. So
the numbers. Republicans need to secure the nomination. A candidate needs 1,237 out of 2,472. On the Democratic side, they need to secure the nomination with 2,382 out of 4,763. So explain what that means to folks at home this morning.
Well, you got it. And this is a delegate game. This is a math game. And as you just mentioned, Republicans need to hit that target number, and the Democrat candidate needs to hit that target number to clinch their respective nominations. And the process is a little bit different on both sides. And essentially what happens is the party themselves are the ones who dictate how many delegates are going to be allocated per state, and it's done so on a little bit of a different basis. For Republicans, they put a little bit more of an emphasis in the states deciding how that allocation process is going to work. For Democrats, it's a little bit more uniform. And for instance, each state, you have to break, if you're a Democrat candidate, a 15% threshold of the popular vote in order just to get delegates, and then it's based off of the share of vote that they received within that state. Whereas with Republicans, the states have a little bit more emphasis, so it can be done on a different basis. Thus far, we've had states that have done, solely a proportional basis, but when we get to the March 15th date, you start to get into the winner-take-all.
Yeah.
You've got it, Heather.
Yeah, very different, a different game altogether. So where the count stands now, does anyone have a shot at surging ahead of Trump and also Clinton?
Well, I think on the left, it's a little bit more difficult for Bernie Sanders. Hillary Clinton's lead is starting to become more insurmountable, so I think it's going to be a lot tougher and a lot steeper of a climb for Bernie Sanders. On the right, Donald Trump had a great night. That's just the reality. He swept New Hampshire, he swept South Carolina, he swept Nevada, and he had a great night last night. I think that his lead is not insurmountable at this point, but it does get a lot more difficult, especially if everyone stays in the race. And with Cruz winning 3 states, with Marco Rubio winning Minnesota and getting second in Virginia, they're both going to make the case that they still have a viable shot for the nomination, and they're going to want to stay in, especially to the March 15th winner-take-all states. If you're Marco Rubio, when you have your home state up to bat of Florida, I think John Kasich and Ben Carson, that argument's a little bit more difficult for you to make, that you're a viable candidate and you deserve to stay in this race. So it's to be seen if last night represents a winnowing opportunity for John Kasich or Ben Carson to get out.
There will be a lot of pressure on someone to drop out soon.
Absolutely.
Because the longer more candidates stay in, the more the vote is splintered. We want to talk about the delegate count, the specific numbers for folks at home. This is what ended up happening. Trump, 285 delegates. Cruz, 161. Rubio, 87. Kasich, 25. And Carson, 8. And Carson was able to garner some delegates, and also Kasich, because of what you were just talking about, those proportional states.
You got it.
But those
you got it. Yep.
Those will not be in play coming up on Super Duper Tuesday, March 15th.
They won't, because it'll be a winner-take-all basis. So essentially, yep, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
Winner takes all the delegates.
All right.